Yay!
We're
oh
live.
my gosh, we're live!
It's alive!
Alive!
It works. Power, finally.
Hi, you guys. Happy Wednesday and welcome to our live stream. We're the movie couple. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
And yes, as we were kind of alluded to right in the very beginning of our intro, we're experiencing, let me just move this camera a little bit. We're experiencing what is that called?
Rolling blackout.
Rolling
blackout.
blackout.
If all of a sudden we freeze and nothing happens, it's because, all of our power just went out.
It's happened already twice today. It happened early this morning when we were having breakfast and we kind of went, uh-oh. And of course, right before we went live, like literally it was like 1:58 or something crazy like that. We were both seated and,
like, okay.
And the power just went, boom. We're like oh no. So, and we were hoping, luckily it came back on. So just in case if you guys all of a sudden don't see us anymore and the stream ends, it'll be because the power went out again. But knock on wood, knock on all things, and hope that this, it'll take us through at least the next 50 minutes.
Yes.
We've got a lot of stuff going through. And also today is the first day we're actually streaming simultaneously to Twitch.
Yay!
Yay! So
we can maybe get some Twitch friends on here.
Twitch friends. I think we have a couple, but and I like streamed to Twitch once upon a time, a long time ago, and I think it was just like an IRL Twitch, like just chatting. It wasn't anything related to gaming or anything like that. But we're gonna explore that a little bit more. And we're gonna maybe test out later to see, because I wanted to do this last night, but I straight up was in a food coma.
We ate dinner and we were like,
I straight up passed out. So if you don't have us on Twitch yet, it's just the movie couple on Twitch. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. Hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. I'm seeing in the chat that let's see. A couple of people are saying, Jack says, thunderstorms here in the UK. There was a thunderstorm also on my island for Animal Crossing today. So there is that.
And I wake up and Wendy's like, we're having thunderstorms. I'm like, it's raining outside? She goes, no, on Animal Crossing. I was like, oh. I'm like, okay, and I went back to sleep. Wendy's been waking up early just to get all of her Animal Crossing done.
Look, you gotta, there's some things you have to do every single day. I gotta get my Nook Miles. I gotta redeem them because, you get 300 per day every day if you check in. You gotta get your message in a bottle on the beach. You gotta dig up all the fossils. You gotta check the turnip prices. And today, my island, Timmy and Tommy are buying them at 141 bells per turnip when I bought them at 104 bells per turnip. So I am not selling them yet.
You're like, I'm waiting for that price.
I probably shouldn't have bought it at 104 bells. It was probably just so stupid of me to do. But there's a lot more to be done. I just bought some lilies. I'm going to be growing those. I'm starting to crossbreed the flowers. I got a purple tulip. I got some pink pink mums. So pretty excited. Do you want some of that?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Something just
refreshing. Okay, so as you can see, today's not going to be too serious of a stream because
when is it ever with us?
When is it ever? And also, thanks to Noah's little tidbit in the chat, happy 10-year anniversary, Toy Story 3. Can you believe it?
Yeah, I mean, 10 years. That's just from Toy Story 3 as well. I mean, think back to Toy Story 1 kind of a thing. And I've always found it really interesting to look back on, especially those movies, when we find the graphics on them so groundbreaking at the time. Yeah. And then we go back and we're like, whoa, and compare the two, especially like with The Incredibles. Yeah. That's a really fun thing to do. So, but I've always found it interesting, 10 years ago, Toy Story 3 was kind of like the one that I was like, I think made me cry the hardest. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, especially when you thought you're like, they're all going to die? Are you kidding me? But, that's the way they could have ended the whole Toy Story franchise. Yeah, exactly. It's definitely making me feel old. And hello to Deep Patel Gamer on Twitch for hanging out and watching us on Twitch today. It's kind of exciting to because I literally, I think really the last time I streamed anything on Twitch was probably over a year ago. That's probably well. Hopefully later on this week we can live stream a board game or something.
Yeah, maybe.
And experiment, because we just want to experiment a little bit more.
Yeah.
Probably the first one that we're probably going to do is maybe like a round of Pandemic, because I think
come watch us lose, as we cannot wipe out any of the viruses.
We have tried playing that. We played that game 3 times. The first one was an okay game.
Didn't we win the 3rd time?
No. I don't think we ever. I think we wiped out one disease, but then we got like pandemic. We're dead.
There was one. I remember the second time we ever played Pandemic, and we lost within the first 3 rounds, and I was like, "This game is rigged."
So we're probably going to play it on the super easy mode, which is easy mode -1 pandemic card, one outbreak card,
as per suggestion by our friend Alicia, because she has the game as well. And let's see what else. Just so you guys know, I know YouTube with the notifications and everything, if you're subscribed to us, the notification doesn't always get pushed out, and a lot of our subscribers are like, "We're not seeing your videos. We have to go and search for them." And I'm like, "Come on, YouTube, because then what's the point of turning on the bell for notification? You're not going to notify our subscribers."
Yeah, what the heck?
So we're sorry that you guys have been missing out on any videos. Just a quick update: if you are looking for new videos, there are 2 new ones. One is a reaction video to the new Peninsula trailer. The other one is slightly different than what we normally do, which is me reacting to a Blackpink video. Blackpink, one of my favorite. That's just
one of the bands that Wendy is obsessed with.
Slightly obsessed with. They're getting ready for their comeback, so they have a new show called Blackpink 24365, and there was a prologue episode, so I watched it and did a reaction to it. So if you are into K-pop, if you want to learn about Blackpink and just watch me nerd out over K-pop, that's the video for you. And also for our Patreon supporters, if you're out there, there is a new video on Patreon where we did a recommended trailer reaction by our very own Chris Mendez. Woo! Chris! And it's a Once Upon a Time in a Galaxy Far, Far Away. So make Star Wars, Revenge of the Sith with Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And that's what you get. And so if you're a Patreon supporter, that should be available to you as of today. All right, let's see. What else do I have? I feel like the blackout threw me off so much. I'm like normally organized. Today I'm like, what's happening?
And we're just overly frazzled. And plus, of course, it had to happen on a day that we were trying something new.
Of course.
It's like, oh, you want to try something new? Blackout.
Blackout. Just
Let's see how you deal with this.
I just realized I don't even have any of my banners on today. What we're talking about today, we are talking about Oscars being pushed back 2 months to April 2021. We're talking about DC Fandome and what is it? Disney parks, their plans to reopen around the world. Regal Cinema ready to reopen. Ewan McGregor to play Jiminy Cricket. And of course, 2 breaking news that happened this morning. And I'm gonna go ahead and open my tabs so I can read about it. For all my Pokemon fans out there, it's happening. There's gonna be 2 new Pokemon games. The first one we're gonna talk about, Pokemon Snaps. So Pokemon Snap is coming back. This is a classic N64 game where you basically, it's so cute. It's very much Wendy. You go around the island, or you go around in the game, and all you do is capture
pictures of
Pokemon. And I remember, like, my mom was like, "Why do you need this game?" And because look at it, Mom, it's so cute. She's like, "We're not getting it. We got it." So it is called Pokemon Snap, new Pokemon Snap, and you get to like travel to islands and you get to photograph, and the trailers just look so cute. I've watched it about like 3-4 times already, and I'm really excited for it. And here is the basic premise. And this is coming from Nintendo. Travel to unknown islands with beautiful scenery like lush jungles and sandy beaches. The Pokemon pictures you take there will be used to build your own Pokemon photo decks. Oh, this brand new game brings the gameplay of the 1999 Pokemon Snap game for the N64 system to life on the Nintendo Switch, with unknown islands to discover and different Pokemon to see. Photograph lively wild Pokemon in their natural habitats as you research and explore unknown islands. Journey through a variety of environments such as beaches, jungles to capture previously unseen Pokemon behaviors. And the photos you take can also be used. I literally feel like I just read the same thing twice but backwards. I don't know why they
it's a way to make it look like their article's a lot longer than it really is.
But this is not an article. This is literally a quote from Nintendo.
Oh.
Sure. It's fine. It's fine. I am really, really, really excited about it. I think it's super adorable, and I definitely want to get it for the Switch because why wouldn't I want another Pokemon game? There's also another Pokemon game, and it's called, this one's even cuter, I think, Pokemon Cafe Mix. It's a adorable little puzzle game and then you can kind of build out your own cafe. I think you can serve little like customers and like fulfill their orders and things like that.
Like little Pokemon come in and they want to order stuff.
Yeah, it just sounds really, really cute. Also,
they really should make like a Pokemon themed Animal Crossing kind of a thing to where you can have like different Pokemon. You can raise different Pokemon in your little town, in your little neighborhood, and then you can build up your town even more. You can have Pokemon that live with you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And you actually can communicate with the Pokemon.
That would be so cute. And hello to Shady Jedi watching from Twitch. How are ya? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, both of those games I feel like I absolutely need. It is just so cute. Adam's saying something about Pokemon Snaps, and I just totally skipped his comment. Where to go? Adam says, new Pokemon Snap, one of the games that indirectly inspired me to become a professional photographer.
Oh,
Adam.
That's awesome.
Thanks for sharing that.
I always like those inspirational stories that, you play a game and you're like, I love this. I want to do this with my life.
Yeah. So cute. And thank you, Shady Jedi, for the compliments. Says, I love you on AMC Movie Talk. Oh, reminisce.
Wow. AMC Movie Talk.
That was a long time ago. That was 2005.
What? 10 years ago? 2005?
Sorry.
That's 15 years ago.
I wasn't even in LA yet.
We weren't even together. I didn't even know you.
I didn't even know. I don't know you. 2015. I'm sorry about that.
Well, 2015, that would even be a year after we got married, because we got married in 2014.
So was it 2014?
It would have been.
Started working?
You were still. It was probably like 2013.
I think it's because I left Universal in 2015, right? Is that it?
Oh, maybe that's.
I get it mixed up. Let's call it 2014. Let's say it was 6 years ago. Holy crap! Wow, what a walk down memory lane. Vanja also chimes in and says Tekken made me go into Kung Fu. See?
Mm-hmm.
See? Video games.
Ninja Turtles made me go and start taking karate.
Really?
Mm-hmm. After watching Ninja Turtles, I was like, I want to be a Ninja Turtle. So I went to, that's when my parents started to put me in like different martial arts. I started one called Lima Lama, which was a Hawaiian art form.
Wow.
So, but I don't remember much of it because then after that, it was many years before I got back into like Taekwondo.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. I don't feel like I have anything to share about how video games
inspired your life.
Well, like okay. So growing up, it was like it was kind of frowned upon to play video games because studying was more important. So my dad and I would literally sneak into his study and turn on, what's the very first Nintendo? This is like the classic.
Oh, the
Nintendo, with the gray little, like we would just play. We have the volume on super low, so my mom wouldn't hear.
I find it hilarious that you and your dad had to sneak around to play video games, so your mom wouldn't be like, "You're wasting your time."
If she went to the market or if she went out on an errand, and we knew we had like maybe 20, 30 minutes to spare, probably even longer. But it still looked like I got some work done. So I wasn't, at the same place in my studies where I was by the time she got back. She wouldn't be like, what were you doing this whole time? So
I was playing video games with Dad. And Dad said it was okay, Mom.
Yeah, that was never he would have denied it and thrown me under the bus. Be like, she got up there on her own and she started playing. And yes, it is the NES. Thank you, Darkman119, for helping me out with I'm like, what's this?
But I got to tell you how many hours of my life I spent on the Super Nintendo. I mean, especially probably one of the games that my brothers and I played the most was Street Fighter. That was, we pretty much almost melted the cartridge because we were playing it so much. So
melted the cartridge?
Well, it's as in we played that game a lot. I remember we were always spending a lot of money in the arcade playing Street Fighter.
Yeah.
And then when we were finally able to buy it, it was a huge deal for us because we would just keep on playing that game over and over and over. And it was really weird because my older brother was the best. I was okay at it. Yeah. And then my younger brother wasn't that good. So it was always, we always kind of ganged up on him, and it was always really sad.
How sad.
So,
for real. How
poor
sad.
Daniel.
Aww. Oh, man. Let's see, what other topics do I have? Oh, this is also breaking news, so I got to find that and bring it up. But this is coming from an article. I mean, I think all the outlets reported it. But it looks like Kristen Stewart is going to play Princess Diana in the movie Spencer, and this is directed by Pablo Larraín. Hopefully I'm saying that name correctly. And this is on when Lady Di rejected the fairy tale ending. And I'm guessing this is when she was kind of like, hey, like me and Charles are not working.
Yeah,
I'm done. That is really, really interesting. After seeing, I mean, I've been a long time fan of Kristen Stewart for a long time.
She doesn't get the respect.
She really doesn't, because people want to hold on to that Twilight thing. And it's kind of like, well, she was so young. The whole cast was young. And yes, it was a popular movie. They made it, and they're like, let's move past it. It's kind of like with Heath Ledger, too. Like, he really wanted to shed that, like cutesy teeny bopper heartthrob image, because he was such an artist that he wanted to do more, and he had to, you know, kind of break out of that bubble. Yeah. It just takes time, and it, you know, for these roles to come. And if you haven't watched Kristen Stewart in the movie Seberg, that's available right now on Amazon Prime. It is excellent. Anthony Mackie is in it as well. It's really, really good. It's definitely, if you didn't like her, this movie might change your mind, because she is definitely 100% not Bella in this one.
Yeah, very true. And on the Deadline website, they actually have a picture of Princess Diana and Kristen Stewart. And I'm like, that, I mean, just the look is really good.
Especially they'll style her hair. Obviously, we know the face shape is slightly different. I think Princess Diana had a slightly rounder face, where I think Kristen Stewart's face is slightly more angular. Yeah. But nothing you can't fix with makeup and hair.
Yeah, so, exactly.
And I don't feel like she needs to look exactly like Princess Diana. I think she
just needs to get her mannerisms.
Mannerisms and capture her essence. I think that's really most important. And I look forward to it. I think that's really going to be interesting. And according to the article, it says the drama takes place over 3 days in one of her final Christmas holidays in the House of Windsor in their Sandringham estate in Norfolk, England, and the production is expected to begin early 2021. Wow. I'm definitely going to keep my eyes out for this. I think that's really interesting. So for all you K-Stu fans out there, bookmark that and come back to it in 2021, because I think that's going to be a movie that has a lot of potential.
At least they'll have plenty of time to pre-production it, kind of a thing.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, it's really, I mean, I like the fact too that they're also focusing on when she is getting out of the royal family, kind of thing, when the divorce is like her last Christmas. It's not focusing on like the last few days of her life or anything like that. So I'm interested in seeing this. I'm interested in finding out a little bit more about Princess Diana, because we all, you know, when tragedy struck, it was all over the world, kind of a thing. So this is a individual that, you know, deserves kind of like this kind of a movie too, to tell a little bit more about their life.
Agreed. And I like what Debbie said here in the chat. Look at what he did on the YouTube side. Look at what he did with Natalie Portman, and what she's speaking to is the director who was doing the Princess Diana movie. Also did the movie Jackie starring Natalie Portman. So if you haven't watched that, go ahead and give that a watch as well. And then just to answer a couple of you guys' questions before we hop into the rest of the topics, and this is coming from Twitch. Now I have to kind of like multitask and do both, because the people on Twitch can't see what we're writing on what people are writing on YouTube, and vice versa.
Oh, really?
Like, we can see both because we're on this side of things. But so I am just going to super chat. See, this is what happens when I focus on one thing. Thank you so much, Chris Mendez. And Chris, I hope you're sticking around to the end, because there's some questions I'd love to ask you about Star Wars Celebration, but we're going to get to that in a little bit. First, his super chat. Emperor Palpatine versus Lord Voldemort. Choose.
Okay, so this is the thing. So it depends on what
Sophie's choice again, Chris Mendez.
Well, it's not only that, but this is like, okay, so what exactly are you asking to? Are you asking like who would win in a fight?
Oh, yeah.
Or who is our personal favorite, kind of a thing. So, I mean, if you're choosing who would win in a fight, I think...
Say it on 3.
Okay,
1, 2, 3. Palpatine.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I personally think Palpatine has a leg up in that because he's so powerful in the universe that he's in.
And he's so is
Voldemort. Don't get me wrong, but Voldemort still has to cast a spell and it still needs that moment of casting a spell where Palpatine can almost do it instantaneously. And
he's got the Force.
He can also move in and probably get in close and use his lightsaber.
Yeah.
However, okay, if we take out The Rise of Skywalker, I think I would have picked Palpatine as my favorite. However, I think Rise of Skywalker diminished my excitement for the character.
Oh no!
Because what is it called? The mythos or the storyline of Voldemort's a lot more complete. Okay. Where now, where Palpatine did have that nice complete arc, and then they kind of buzzed it up a little bit at the end with Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
To where I think Voldemort is now more of a complete, rounded story arc, where Palpatine's a little bit more not quite as complete, in my personal opinion. If you guys think differently, then
put them in the chat.
Put it in the chat, and that's the thing. I would love to hear some of your guys' opinions about it too.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I also have such a connection to Star Wars, and the whole Star Wars mythology.
Yep.
So I don't know. That's a really tough choice.
That's a tough choice.
I'm going back and forth, even as I'm trying to explain my thoughts.
Good
and I'm
one,
like,
Chris.
Not sure.
Right now, my answer probably stands with Palpatine, and kind of like you, I feel like the latest Star Wars movie slightly gives Voldemort a little bit of an edge up because I feel like it. I just didn't really love what they did with Palpatine in the final storyline. However, despite all that, with all the long-standing history of Palpatine, of who he was, where he came from, and how much work of puppeteering he's put into everything.
Yeah.
And he kind of was almost serving as a double agent in a way, because nobody knew. Well, we knew.
Yeah.
But like the characters in the movies didn't know literally that Palpatine Sidious, like it, so. Yeah,
and also when I start thinking more about some of the books too, that talked about Sidious. Sidious is so cool. How he constantly will put himself in the line of fire to trap those who are trying to kill him.
Yeah.
So what is the one that the book that I read that had Darth Vader and Sidious trying to thwart an assassination attempt? It was the Dark Lords of the Sith. I can't remember the name of the book, but it was one of the first books that came out once Disney got the rights. But that storyline.
Talking about
yeah, it's the one where. But I love those stories. So you know what? The more and more I talk about it, the more and more I think I'm going to start tipping.
I see that your little
I'm
scale.
Like, yes, no.
So for us, today is Palpatine. I'm sure if you ask us another day, we might change it to Voldemort. But both equally evil dudes. I would say both equally
very true.
Yeah, I like them both because I kind of enjoy both of their stories and their arcs and things like that. So that's a great, really great question, Chris. Thank you so much for your super chat as always. All right, let's hop into our very first topic, and that is we're going to be talking very quickly about the Oscars. So the Oscars, and you probably saw this already, due to the global pandemic. The fact that we're still in it right now, technically, because there's no vaccine. The Oscars usually happens in February of each year. It's been pushed back for 2 months, and now it's pushed back. Instead of February, it'll now happen on April 25th. The Academy expanded the eligibility period to February 28th, 2021, and normally that ends at the end of the year, so it would have ended on December 31st, 2020. And in a statement, I can't talk today. By the Academy, they say the award ceremony will still take place at the Dolby, where it has, happened every year. It will still be aired on ABC. They're basically saying like, hey, if you heard that, maybe we're thinking about going like digital virtual or pre-recorded. We're not doing that. That's the plan anyways. They're still planning to have the have it at the Dolby, and they're still to have it go live. So fingers crossed, I would love to actually see the Oscars happen.
Yeah.
And April is a pretty long time away. I'm hoping by then there is a vaccine and we can just squash this virus, because I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of
same here.
Like living in this.
So tired. I'm so over it.
Over it, but I still also can't ignore that it does still exist, even though I can't see it.
And I think that's actually a smart move. Push the Oscars. And this is also, what is that called? A special case kind of a thing. It makes sense that they're going to be doing this. It makes sense that they would want to be like, okay, we're going to probably need just a little extra time to consider some movies that maybe didn't quite have a chance to get a release because of the virus, because of certain case scenarios. So it's kind of like, let's just scoot everything back, give ourselves some extra time, and we will be able to handle it as it comes in, kind of a thing. So, I mean, it's one of those things that it makes perfect sense that they're doing this.
Yeah. And what do you guys think? Do you guys feel that the Oscars by April will still take place at the Dolby and still be aired live? Or do you think, what are the probabilities of that? And do you think all the celebrities are going to show up? Because that's a packed theater.
Yeah,
true. A lot of A-listers, a lot of, producers, directors, everybody who works in front of the camera and behind camera. It's like a celebrated night for, for the love of art, to celebrate for the love of film and all that stuff. So I really would like to see it happen, because I really thoroughly do enjoy the Oscars. But fingers crossed. And Debbie says, and your winner is a vaccine.
You get a vaccine.
You get a vaccine.
That would be kind of funny. That as everyone comes into the Dolby, there's like, here's a vaccine, here's a vaccine, here's a vaccine.
Darkman119 from Twitch says, I say 25% is going to happen in April. That's not a bad.
Well, 25% of it happening, or 25% of that's
probability
the time
that it's happen.
So I mean, the 75% chance that they're probably going to scoot it back. That actually might be
maybe they scoot it back to May, just 1 month. Yeah. I
mean, right now, every release date, every event date is like, all right, here's the dates. Throw them up in the air. It doesn't really matter, because we don't know what's going to happen in 3-4 months from now. We don't know. I mean, who knows? They might be like, holy cow, we found a vaccine. Let's give it to everyone right now.
Oh, that'd be
and
so
then
great.
Everyone's like, yay. And then everyone's like, let's open up the movies.
Yay!
Kind of a thing.
See movies again.
So, in April, there still might not be a vaccine.
Yeah, well, let's hope we're wrong about that. Let's hope that there is one. And it's a couple of really great comments from you guys in the chat from Jack on YouTube. I don't think they'll have everyone there, because some will have to air travel, and that's probably true. I think we're going to get probably some video, more than usual, of like those video messages to accept their award. Vanja says, also from YouTube, probably will be aired. Everything will be the same except the month. Yeah. So yeah, even if it happens in June, I still watch it.
And it kind of makes sense too. They want it to be as normal as possible. So the more they push it back, the more higher probability of them being able to be like, hey, everything's taken care of. There's no risks to the talent and to all the people, to all the guests. So, it's going to be, we're going to have to wait and see.
We're going to have to wait and see. And hello to Hodges. Yes, this is live, and welcome to the live stream. And with that, let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. And we're talking about DC Fandome, which I kind of love. I kind of love the play on the name. Instead of fandom, it's Fandome. So what is it exactly? So with major fan events such as like SDCC and things like that going digital, DC Comics announced yesterday, actually 2 days ago, that they announced DC Fandome, and this is a 24-hour virtual immersive fan event featuring announcements and footage from WB titles like games, film, television, and comics. And it looks like we're also going to get a panel discussion from cast and creators of, and this is some of the names that they released, from Aquaman, from the Batman, Snyder Cut Justice League, that's a panel to watch for. Suicide Squad, Shazam, Wonder Woman 1984, also going to be watching that, and so much more. This is happening on August 22nd, 2020 at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And this is, I believe, free for everybody.
which is just awesome.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things too, for this year, it really would make sense to just make everything, that's for, San Diego Comic-Con, make this fandom free. And it's just important because you first want to get everyone there. And then the next year they're like, oh, right, we're now going to bump it up a little bit. And it's going to cost $5, hopefully, to get in, because then you're probably going to have tons more people, and then they can actually make some money off of it.
Exactly. And we have a super chat from
Super Chat! Hey,
finally caught a live stream. Woo! With Cinemark theaters are opening here in July 3rd. Oh. I'm not going, LOL. I've never stopped working. Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Whew. Good on you, man. Stay safe out there. I've never stopped working, so I haven't experienced what most people have. Best to you too. So I feel like thank you so much, Dark Faith, for sharing that tidbit with us. That is definitely one of the topics we're going to cover today on the chat. I think it might be the next one, actually. But I think there is, for the people, and we have a lot of friends too who are essential workers, so they also haven't stopped working, so they haven't experienced the quote unquote cabin fever that a lot of people kind of like us have, even though I would say that we're pretty good about distracting ourselves and finding things to do to stay productive and active. But being quarantined inside your home or apartment or whatever can get tired very quickly, especially kind of.
But it's still nothing to the people that have to go out.
Have to go out is very different. You got to wear a mask. You got to interact with people. You got to touch things, and you have to remember to wash your hands and not touch your face, which is it. I've always tried to not touch my face, but I have such bad allergies that, and if you look back in past videos before March of this year, I'm always rubbing my nose.
Yeah, I mean, you can watch the live stream that we were just doing. You see me.
Stop it!
A whole bunch. And oh my gosh, I probably definitely would have been touching something and touched my face. I was like, oh no!
Lysol.
And I do, the Mike Wazowski thing where I just have a spray. I'm like, ah!
Oh my God.
Lysol everything! In
my eyes.
Get Lysol drops.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. But sorry.
I
get the image of you Lysoling yourself in your eye out of my head now. All right, let's thank you so much for sending in a super chat, and man, you stay safe out there, and thank you for doing what you do. I feel like all the essential workers do not get enough appreciation, so from us to you, we appreciate what you do for the community.
Yeah, and you know what? I watched a video that was talking about essential workers and how they're treated, and it's really stinks that especially here in America, is that how much we raise up billionaires, but as opposed to it's the essential workers that truly drive this country, and they need so much more respect than what they're getting.
Absolutely. So be nice when you go shopping and just money, just
when you go,
be nice in general.
When you go to the supermarket, when you go to fast food, when you go to takeout food, be nice, because they are there working their butts off during a pandemic, putting their lives on the line.
They're exposing themselves to more people than we are. For
sure.
Exactly. When we encounter people, it's kind of like you pass them on the sidewalk, and it's so quick that, and for us, most people are still wearing masks, so it's most likely we're not gonna get sick. But yeah, thank you so much, Dark Fate. And to continue with our DC Fandome topic, this is a statement from DCComics.com. So the epicenter of the DC Fandome, and they're talking about the little map that they had. They kind of made it look like a little theme park. It's really
cool.
Cute. So the epicenter is the Hall of Heroes, where you can experience special programming, panels, and content reveals from a wide variety of film, TV series, and games available in several languages. Yes.
That's the way.
Yes. Including Brazilian, Portuguese, Chinese, English, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Korean, and Spanish. Yes. I'm so happy about that.
You go, Fandome. You
go, DC Fandome. From there, navigate deeper into the DC multiverse, exploring 5 additional satellite worlds, each with its own localized content and unique activities, and one world fully devoted to our younger fans. And what they're talking about is these are the other things. They have a fun verse, a watch verse, a kids verse. So you can put your kids, if you want, for an hour in front of the thing, and it's all kids friendly content. You're let the computer. I'm not.
And let them navigate
we don't have
the
kids,
world.
but like we probably will watch it ourselves.
Yeah, we'll probably still go.
And also Uverse. So if you want, you can go ahead and find this map and more description of it on DCComics.com. This is really exciting. Will you guys be tuning in on August 22nd for DC Fandome? I'm definitely going to check it out. I'm most interested in the panel discussions.
Oh, yeah.
From the creators and the cast.
I really want to hear that.
The Zack Snyder stuff?
Zack Snyder stuff.
Yeah.
To get a little bit more context about what's going on. And I can't wait for it to come out. When was it? It's coming out July. It's coming out soon.
Which one?
The Snyder Cut.
Not next year.
Oh, I thought
the Snyder Cut's coming out next year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2021.
Okay, I thought it was sooner.
2020.
Now I'm even more heartbroken.
Oh, no, it'll come. Just be patient. It's okay.
I don't want to be patient.
Wonder Woman's going to come first, and then we'll get all this other stuff. Plus, we don't have to even go to the theaters to watch the Snyder Cut. It's going to be on HBO Max.
True.
So great. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our... Oh, wait, I should probably see what the chat's saying on whether or not they want to participate in DC Fandome. Jack says, I'm in. Let me in. Adam says, I may check it out. I just need to know the time of it. So, Adam, it's 24 hours. So even if you work like a 6 to 8 hour shift, you can still catch parts of it.
Spend the rest of the day watching Fandome.
Which is very likely something we will be doing. Yeah. Wait, what day is that day? Is it a weekend? Hold on. Let me just pull up my calendar real quick. August. Nope.
It's June, July, August, September.
Nope. Hold on.
Got to flip through that calendar. August.
It's a Saturday.
Okay.
It's a Saturday, so more than likely, I'm probably not going to be working because it's a Saturday. We'll
probably see if we can live stream some of that stuff too.
Yeah, like maybe do a watch along or something.
I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be cute. So it's only 24 hours. I don't think there's going to be like...
I feel like they really should have done it like Saturday and Sunday kind of a thing.
Like a full Comic-Con thing.
So if people are really dedicated and they do work a lot on that weekend, they can still stay up late in the middle of the night kind of going through it.
Yeah. And what if this is a trial for them to have their own DC Expo type of a deal? They're testing this out to kind of gauge audience participation and see if there's like what is that? Not cost and effect, supply and demand.
Supply and demand.
So if it's something that a lot of people want to do to participate in, maybe that's something they continue on. And that also means they don't have to travel all of their talent in, especially in the midst of a pandemic.
Yeah, true.
This is absolutely perfect.
And they're just gonna probably zoom everyone in on the chat.
Yeah, and I just wonder too, like, with DC doing their own thing, and granted, that has nothing to do with like, because Comic-Con is in July.
Yeah.
The DC thing is in August, almost a whole month after. Do you think then WB is gonna just hold on to all of that content and not participate in SDCC virtually?
This would probably be the year to kind of hold off because obviously the first year may not be that successful. They don't know how successful it is. So if it's like hugely successful, next year they can be like, okay, no problem, we'll go in.
I mean, if they choose to not broadcast, so let's say like Wonder Woman news at Comic-Con for the virtual Comic-Con, then everybody for sure is going to be tuning in to DC Fandome to hear any updates and information that they have on Wonder Woman 1984. Like, it's a possibility where we don't know what can happen because Comic-Con, I don't think, has released like a full slate of like what they will be doing. I can kind of see though WB, because that's their own IP, that they would want to do it and keep it contained within their own property. So
no, makes sense. But then again,
see.
Kind of Disney. That was the question about Disney too for a while. Is once they had their own they had their own. They have D23. They have Star Wars Celebration. So everyone was wondering, well, does that mean they're going to be pulling out of Comic-Con?
Yeah.
And, they still came to Comic-Con and they still promoted stuff at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that they still had other stuff to show.
Yeah.
At the D23.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they'll maybe put in a little bit and then show the really big stuff probably at their own convention.
I can't wait to go back to D23 next year.
Yeah.
I had such a good time. Like
I want to go so bad.
I am more than willing to take whatever money I would have spent at Comic-Con and put it toward D23, at least for a year. Because that's how much fun I had. It was so great and comfortable, and
And there's also a lot more things that you can do at your own convention. You know, if you're doing San Diego Comic-Con, you're probably talking about your movies, kind of a thing. However, is Navi doing something?
She just distracted me because she got up on her little nappy, and she just did the most sassy stretch ever.
Sassy Navi face.
Most sassy.
But you know, when you do your own, what is that called? Your own convention, you can talk about your games, your comics, your merchandise. You can go nuts with it.
Yeah.
So I think they'll probably show a little bit of their movies, and everything else is going to be saved for DC Fandome.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Miss.
All right, we're gonna have a. She decided that she really wanted some attention, so here is Navi. Say hi to the people.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our live stream.
Oh my God. She's
be like,
she's like, okay, put me down.
Well, no, she just wants to be pet.
Oh, okay. Fine. I think the blackout freaked her out a little bit. She was acting a little weird.
Yeah, she was a little freaked out.
No loud noises happen, but she spooks easily, so it's what it is. All right, next topic. We have Disney parks opening around the world. So, oh God. I swallowed one. All right. So we know that Shanghai Disney has already opened back in May, I believe, and Disney World and Disneyland both have plans to reopen in July of this year. I think it's July 11th and July 19th, respectively. Tokyo Disney Shopping District. I'm going to try to pronounce this because I couldn't when I was there. I was like, how do you say this? I think it's pronounced Ikspiari. So that's like their downtown Disney Springs type of shopping area. That's
so it's their downtown Disney.
Yeah, essentially. And that opened on June 1st, but Tokyo Disney has not released the date of when Disneyland or Sea will be open, but it looks like shopping places are opening first and then the theme parks.
That makes sense. Try to open it up in stages.
Yeah, because that's the same kind of trend we saw with Universal Studios Hollywood and Orlando, where both of those like city walk areas opened up first, and then I don't think Universal Studios Hollywood's even announced when they're going to open yet.
Yeah,
I don't think so. We also saw that SeaWorld in Florida opened, and
it
was not a smooth reopening because based on the photos and the reports of like various theme park bloggers that I follow, no one was adhering to social distancing rules or mask rules. There was zero enforcement from staff as opposed to Disney, where people are like, oh, no mask, we can provide one for you. You don't want to wear it? Goodbye.
Yeah.
Come back another day.
It's like, if you want a mask, here is one.
Like,
and what is it? They even had pictures of hand sanitizing stations that had the hand sanitizer, but there was like no pump.
There was no pump, and the bottle was still, like, it wasn't opened. And I'm like, do you expect the guests to do it themselves and pour just liquid down their hand, or like, what's going on?
It's like, come on, people. I mean, that's one of those mistakes that's like, come on, that's an easy fix.
It is an easy fix. Yeah, that's just it. I mean, I don't personally want to go to SeaWorld anytime soon, not because of anything other than just it's just. I've gone, I've seen, and
last time we went, it was a little lackluster.
It was okay.
I guess you can say.
Yeah.
So, and it's kind of like one of those things. You're like, okay, I really can't see having a season pass
to SeaWorld.
To SeaWorld.
Yeah.
Some people might absolutely love it. Think it's the greatest.
The penguins are very cute.
The penguins are cute. It's cool to see like the whales and stuff and the dolphins. But after some documentaries and after some, seeing it once, I'm kind of like, I'm good.
Yeah, I think we just prefer theme parks, like a Universal Studios, like a Disney. I would even say like a Six Flags, where there's rides and stuff that you can kind of go on and explore, as opposed to SeaWorld. And I think SeaWorld does have like one or two rides, but I think their main attraction is like the animals and the aquarium and the fish and the sea life and all that. So that's going to be interesting. We're going to be keeping our eyes on seeing if these plans to reopen these dates, if they stay firm on the dates or if they get pushed back or any changes come. But I know in the past streams, we've always talked about Disney theme parks and various theme parks reopening. So we just wanted to make sure we touched on this topic a little bit before we jump into the next one. I like what Debbie said. She said, you came, you saw, you conquered.
Yep.
Boston souvenirs, and we're done.
I don't even think we did that.
Yes. And Adam says, highly recommend San Diego Zoo if you're in the area. We have gone to the San Diego Zoo, and that was it was very hot because we went in the summer, but it was plenty of fun. And we had a really, really, really great time with the San Diego Zoo.
Yeah. And we had a choice between the San Diego Zoo or the safari park. And a part of me is like, we really should have gone to the safari park too. Because afterwards we talked to our neighbor, and apparently they go down to San Diego all the time. And he's like, oh no, you want to check out the safari park.
We chose poorly. We chose poorly.
Well, not to say that the zoo wasn't bad.
Right. It was fun, but I mean, you know, it was going to be one or the other. So next time we go down to San Diego, now we know we do the safari instead.
Yes.
So we kind of like narrowed down our choices in ways of elimination.
And we also went to Legoland once, and it was fun.
It was cute.
It was cute.
It was cute. Okay, so speaking of reopening, Regal Cinema, and a couple of you guys have already commented this earlier in the chat. Regal Cinema is going to reopen in July. Let me just go back to the comments real quick so I don't miss anything. And here are the notes I have on it. So the safety and health guidelines for Regal and that they will follow, it's going to be contactless payment. So you can say buy to cash. They're not going to use cash. They'll probably pay via your phone if you have Apple Pay or Samsung Pay or Google Wallet or whatever it's called.
And that makes sense because you're always going to go and you want to, you know, pre-order, or not pre-order, but you're going to have to pre-buy your seats or
pre-buy your seats from home, and you can probably mobile order your food as well. And also in addition, the employees will sanitize all auditoriums after each movie using new electrostatic fogger equipment. Interesting. Also known as ULV foggers.
I've actually, we've seen pictures of like China and different countries when they go in to sanitize something. They have those big.
Is that what it is? Oh,
so I think it's one of those. So it's not really a spray. It's actually designed, to be able to hit it. Yeah. And
microwave it.
Microwave it.
Regal employees will undergo daily health screenings as auditorium capacities will be reduced to just 50% with a minimum of 2 seats between groups. And finally, employees and patrons will be required to wear masks in location where this rule is in effect by local governments. I still wonder how eating in theaters and masks will work. You cannot wear a mask while you're eating. Like you have to.
Yeah, you have to take it off or like pull it up so it's like right here above your nose.
So like how will that work? That's like so much extra work. Do I just buy the popcorn on my way out and just like munch it on my way out? Or because
you want it there during the movie though.
Because we're so used to like just doing it that way. But then if masks are on, then how do you?
I'm pretty sure you have to wear a mask. I mean, you have to while you're watching the movie, you can take off your mask, have it hanging off of the side of the ear, and then when you're not eating, you put it back up.
Who's going to enforce that? They're going to have security sitting there like ArcLight and just like look up the.
Put your mask up.
They shine the little flashlight. Sir, mask up, mask up.
I'm going to eat.
I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to work. Because I do love a good theater popcorn.
Oh.
So
very, very.
That's kind of the only what's one of the sticking points for me is how are they going to enforce the mask rule when food is also a part of the theater going experience. So to enforce the rule of having your mask on when you're going in, once you've sat down, they're going to be like, please wear your mask if you're not eating, but they're just going to be lenient on that rule at that time. Yeah.
Kind of a thing.
Yeah.
If you're going to cough or sneeze, put your mask back up.
I think whenever we do feel comfortable going back to the theater, I'm pretty sure masks will still be a thing unless a vaccine has been found and we've both gotten that vaccine. When we book seats, we're going to book the back row.
Yeah.
So I don't want people breathing towards me. We'll have our masks on, so we will reduce our droplets being
We'll be like in the far back corner, so we only have to worry about one side of having people around us.
Exactly. So let us know what you guys think about that. There's already a couple of comments from you guys regarding this. Let me just go up a little bit more. Okay. So food can be pre-ordered.
That's the way to go.
Star says, yeah, I'm not getting any food while watching a movie. Afterwards, take home snack, yes. Jack says, you need popcorn in a movie. I feel that way as well. For not all movies, I don't always feel like I have to have a snack per movie, but like in an action film, Definitely in a horror film, I need my popcorn because I needed something to do to kind of distract me from those tense moments. Except for In a Quiet Place. I've never regretted getting popcorn.
Because you're eating it so quietly.
One like you don't want to crunch.
You put it in your mouth and you kind of like let it dissolve first and then kind of mush it instead of actually making any noise with the crunch.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, for me, I have to have popcorn. I have to have something to munch. And I just love, eating my popcorn, watching any kind of movie. And so it's going to be weird, too. Yeah. I think I'm going to give it a little bit more time before I actually get popcorn and before we actually get, before we actually go to a movie kind of a thing.
Yeah, agreed with that. Also, Blank Palette says, they said that when you sit in the theater, you don't have to wear a mask only when you get up to move around. Okay.
Okay, good to know.
What else? AMR Nail says only 2 cinemas are opening in Vienna. The rest will open on July 1st. So I want to watch Mulan. Yay, Mulan! As long as it doesn't keep getting pushed back. Haven't yet, so we will see. Let's go ahead and move on to our next topic. And this one is all about Ewan McGregor. And when I saw this, I was like, oh, it's so interesting. We got to talk about it. So Ewan McGregor is set to play Jiminy Cricket in Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. So this is going to be a
Which is just awesome to think about it all together. Yeah. I mean, Guillermo del Toro doing Pinocchio.
Like creature stuff.
Oh my gosh. And
can you imagine what...
Monstro.
Thank you. I was going to say Moby Dick. I do it every time. I know it's not. They're both whales. But it's not Moby Dick. Like what that whole scene's going to look like, it's going to be terrifying maybe. And it is being developed for Netflix. So that's really exciting because I feel like then the creators have even more freedom.
Yes.
To kind of do whatever they want. And if you guys want to kind of read about a little bit more about Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, there is an interview up on Collider.com if you want to check that out. And in it, Guillermo del Toro says, I've been trying to make Pinocchio for 10 years, and I've gone through every studio in Hollywood, and they all said no. So whoever says yes, I'll make it with that person. And I think it's the same with the Coen brothers with the Ballad of Buster Scruggs, and it's also true for Alfonso in the case of Roma. So Netflix is coming out to be the winner here. I think this is going to be a really, really, really fantastic movie to see. And in regards to McGregor playing Jiminy Cricket, here's his quote. He says, I am playing Jiminy Cricket in Guillermo del Toro's version of Pinocchio, and that I had started working on before I left for New York. So some of that is recorded. And of course, it's stop frame animation, so it's going to take them a great long time to make the film. But my first part of that, which is recording his dialogue, is sort of done. There may or may not be a song that needs to be recorded. Ooh, I am not sure. I am at liberty to discuss that. He kind of like was like, little hint, even though we're just privately talking, Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Now, listen, does it say that the entire movie is stop motion? Because if that's,
yeah, right.
I'm even more excited about that.
We love stop motion films, and I would love nothing more than this from Guillermo del Toro.
Yes,
we loved his Troll Hunter.
Troll Hunter,
and we know
really
that's
good.
not like a stop animation; it's an actual animation. But what he did with it, the story is so interesting.
Yes,
the characters are so great. So I am really, really, really excited about his version of Pinocchio for sure. I mean, anything he does.
I can't wait to see it.
100%. Let us know, you guys, in the chat what you think about Ewan McGregor playing Jiminy Cricket, what you think about Guillermo del Toro's version of Pinocchio, and also if you have any favorite stop motion films, go ahead and put it in the chat, put it in the comments. Also, for us, probably Kubo and the Two Strings is one of the top ones. It's so good. The battle scene between Kubo and the sisters. Chef's kiss. It's excellent.
And I'm just really excited too because someone, I can't remember, it scrolled past a little too fast.
Let me see.
But someone said that, the original Pinocchio is super dark.
Yes. And AMR Nail says that. Not suitable for kids.
And I love the fact that it's a kid's story. But just have that in the hands of Guillermo del Toro. It's just going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And to have this dark stop motion animation Pinocchio for Netflix, which will give him a lot of leeway on what he wants to do. Yeah. I'm just like, give me it. I want to see it now, even though it probably won't come out until like
2022.
Probably 2022.
Because it takes them a long time. Like, how long did Travis Knight say it took for them to make any of the Leica Studio stuff. Years.
It takes them years and years.
Every single time the character talks, you have to move them. You have to change out their face or their mouth, and every little step, and you got to change it's a whole thing.
Goes
it's
super slowly.
A very underrated, underappreciated art form.
Yeah.
And I wish more people would give it a chance, because I really do love stop animation.
And what is it? Darkman from Twitch is saying that Ewan McGregor is perfect for Jiminy Cricket. And I'm kind of like,
voice.
He could do a really good Jiminy Cricket, I think.
Absolutely.
And if he's also singing, we know he can do that too.
This is what's the song that he sings in
When You Wish
Moulin
Upon
Rouge?
a Star.
No.
Oh, in Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, Moulin Rouge.
My gift is my song.
My gift is my song. Oh my! When he spelt it that
lot.
that, and there's like a little smile that he gives. It's kind of like, I'm singing. it's so great.
He's amazing. I love Ewan McGregor. Even when he's in movies that aren't that good, he still does an amazing job.
I really love it. And speaking of stop animations and our favorite films, Darkman 119 from Twitch says, my favorite is last year's Missing Link, and that stars Hugh Jackman. Yep, in it. And Adam says the Frankenweenie remake.
Frankenweenie, that's right. That was a really cute movie too.
Giant Peach. James and the Giant Peach. And of course, Nightmare Before Christmas.
And Nightmare Before Christmas.
Classic.
Very true.
A classic. And also very underrated. A lot of people did not like this Guillermo del Toro film, but what's the one with the house? With the gorgeous house with Crimson Peak.
Oh, Crimson Peak.
Every time I say that, I think of Jeremy Johnson. His intro to that film.
It just catches you off by surprise.
Like,
I was watching, we were watching his review on it years when it came out, and we're just like, what are you doing, Jeremy?
For so long. And also, on the topic of Ewan McGregor, he talked a little bit, and I can't remember where I saw this, maybe just on Twitter, but he talked a little bit about the Obi-Wan live-action series.
Oh, he did?
And he confirmed that they're going to be using the same technique that they use in The Mandalorian
to
film Obi-Wan.
Monster House.
Monster House? Oh!
That's what it was. Yeah, that was...
Thank you, AMR.
I don't think I've seen that movie from beginning to end, but it was dark.
Yeah.
It was really dark at the very end there. And I was like, whoa.
Coraline is also scary dark.
Coraline is really good. Paranorman. Oh my God, I cried like a baby during Paranorman.
Is so good. Oh, excellent film. Yes. Someone needs to make a gift of what Dustin just did.
I'm so weird. I love it.
Oh, I don't know him.
It's kind of hard to deny that at this moment. Right? A little too late.
But we are really excited for the news about how they're going to be using the same technique that we saw in The Mandalorian for Obi-Wan. And Deborah Chow, who has directed a couple of episodes for The Mandalorian, who is going to be directing the Obi-Wan series, is already very familiar with the technology. So just think of all the things she can do, knowing, like, having the experience going in. Like, this is going to be so fantastic. And speaking of Mandalorian, we actually finally caught up with Gallery, because we were missing one episode. And the latest episode on basically the making of The Mandalorian, the score, and it's so interesting. And I think Jon Favreau said it the best. He goes, Star Wars fans, we all love Star Wars, but some people say, they like
love one thing, they hate another. Either there's various parts that they feel differently about Star Wars. However, every single person can agree that the music and the score is perfect. It's amazing. So it is groundbreaking. Iconic. Yeah. And no matter which Star Wars thing you're watching, whether it's something you love or you're something that you're not too excited about,
I gotta change my banner.
That music.
Wait, I gotta change my banner.
To what?
How do I hold on. Adam just helped me with it. I think I was just typing too fast. There.
You forgot the Y in there?
I put an I instead of the Y. I don't know why I did that. Normally, like,
that happens.
I know.
You do have to click it on now, though, because now it's on The Movie Couple.
There. Thanks, Adam. But yeah, this is really exciting news for both Pinocchio and the Obi-Wan series. And any news regarding Ewan McGregor being in a new movie or show is great news, because he's really fantastic and we love it. We're not sure when Pinocchio is coming out, because as he said, he's recorded some stuff, but it is stop frame animation. So it's going to take a long time. I don't think we're going to see it until 2022.
Yeah.
But it could be longer. It could be 2023. Who knows? Guillermo's been waiting 10 years to make this movie. So he's going to pour a lot of his energy into this.
Yeah, it really sounds like one of his passion projects, which is always nice because, Guillermo's passion projects are usually pretty cool.
Yeah. And you guys, we're coming to the end of our today's stream, but we do have a super exciting announcement for Saturday's stream coming up this Saturday. And it was just confirmed via text. So fingers crossed, if nothing comes up, we are going to have a guest for this Saturday stream. And we always stream at 2 p.m. PT. And our guest for Saturday is going to be the one and only Mark Ellis and Molly.
And Molly's going to be joining too.
Well, I hope if Molly is there, then that means
Navi and Molly.
So the dogs will host a show. And they'll be the main event, and we'll just kind of like be there, as like side characters.
We'll be there as moral support.
The dogs are gonna definitely run this show, so that's really, really exciting. He's a really, really busy person, so I am so excited he agreed and he is available. So we hope you guys come back and check us out on Saturday, both on Twitch and on YouTube, and hang out with the dogs. And me, and Dustin, and Molly, and Baby Carrots, Mark Ellis! Yay! Let me see if I missed any other comments. I don't think I did.
No, we were going through them pretty well. And I love your guys' comments on all the things that we were talking about today. I just love how supportive and enthusiastic this group is.
That's you guys.
You guys are awesome.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Was Iron Giant stop motion?
No, Iron
it was
Giant
animation, right?
I think it was even 3D animation, but it was the beginnings of 3D animation, and they kind of used, a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But there were some shots in there that were definitely 3D animation.
Absolutely.
But Iron Giant,
so good.
One of those movies that it just, tugs at your heartstrings.
Yeah.
So, and you know what? I wouldn't mind seeing like a stop motion Iron Giant. That would be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I think that would be really difficult because to get the size proportions correctly.
Yeah.
But I think.
Oh, Adam said it. Iron Giant was 2D film, but the giant was CG.
Okay.
That is why.
That's what I thought.
That is why.
I knew it was some kind of combination of 2D mixed with other animation styles.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So you guys, that's it for our live stream today. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm so glad the power didn't go out.
Oh, me too.
In the middle of the stream at all. So I watch as we go off, it happens again. Look, it's better to have rolling blackouts now than later in the dead of summer.
Yeah.
When it's 100+ degrees and then the power goes out, because I'm less concerned about myself being hot, but I worry about the dogs being too hot. Navi does okay with heat, but Falcor does not.
Yeah.
Falcor hates heat.
Yeah, he just lies he tries to find a cool spot on the tile or something.
We can't leave. Star Wars Celebration.
Oh!
We can't leave because I wanted Chris's input. Sorry. Hope you guys are still
that was
here.
Actually still one of the banners, right?
Oh God!
It was one. I remember now. It was on our list of things to do, but yeah,
I mess it up.
It happens.
It happens. Sorry about that, you guys. So Star Wars Celebration. It was literally the very first thing that I put up, and it was the last thing I remember to say. So unfortunately, Star Wars Celebration has been officially canceled, and they will resume in 2022. Luckily, again in Anaheim, because I was so excited to have it back in Anaheim.
Yes.
So if we were able to go, we can just drive down for the day and then come back up, or something like that, because we're not that far away.
But I'm so bummed. 2022?
Because 2021 is D23.
D23.
So they're not gonna...
It's just completely, we're completely missing out on 1 year of Star Wars.
And because, and Chris, I hope you don't mind us putting you in the spotlight, but because you and I, we talk a lot via Insta and Twitter and this and that. I know that you were very excited, looking forward to Star Wars Celebration. So what are your thoughts on it? Because I know right now they're offering people, you can have a refund or you can transfer your ticket. What is your plan with that? And how do you feel about everything? Because we were invested in the sense that we wanted to see what news were going to come out of it.
Yeah.
But we weren't so invested because we hadn't physically gotten tickets or like press badges to go. So we weren't sure, like, you know, like we weren't fully anticipating going as of yet because we didn't have anything confirmed. But now, here it is. I even linked it. I'm so stupid. Sorry, guys.
Well, I think it's just the fact that you forgot to make a banner for it. And then it's kind of like you go through the banners as your topics. And then you're like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
So, but good catch, though. I completely forgot about it, too.
What a bummer. And they're also saying this is on the Star Wars website. So for merchandise, if you pre-order merchandise, you'll have the option to still receive your order, or you may request a refund. And as a side note, all of the incredible exclusive merchandise planned for Star Wars Celebration Anaheim will be available for purchase online in the not-so-distant future. So fans that choose to receive a merchandise credit will be able to use it at that time. And then they talk a little bit more about refunds and transfers. So it's just such a bummer for everybody that was able to acquire a ticket and hotels maybe.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like it's the same thing for Comic-Con. Like, oh no, you can't go. And it's a real bummer in my opinion. So let me see if Chris wrote anything down.
Because I mean, it's just so, you know, it's something that you get so excited about. You're like, yes, finally, I've got my ticket. I'm going to go. And then, yeah, it's like, nope, sorry, it gets canceled. So, I mean, I understand, but I'm also surprised that they're not going to be doing something like Comic-Con's doing, you know, to try to do like a digital version.
Well, you know what? I wonder it's because the only thing that they would have to promote, really promote, and it doesn't even need promotion, would be releasing new footage for The Mandalorian.
Yeah, true. And yes, they don't have any new footage.
I don't think, because they were rewriting the script, or they were finishing the script or something. There was still a lot going on. So it's going to be really interesting. Like by 2022, by the time that Star Wars Celebration comes around, which will be August in 2022, like will Obi-Wan have been out then? Because then I guess they can release that information at D23.
Yeah, true.
So either way, we're gonna get an announcement. It just won't be exclusive to Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah, true.
But maybe they can announce a new movie.
That would be cool.
Or new books or new games and things like that for us to get excited about. What is this? Who are you? In the
Who is this person? What are you doing here?
Person? Who are you? How do I get them to leave?
Oh wait, what's going on?
On Twitch, somebody was like, "Hey, you want to be famous?"
Oh, we got spam?
Yeah, that's a no-no.
I did not know that you can get spam
on Twitch. You can get spam in any chat room.
True.
Any chat room.
True.
For the most part, our chats have always been very nice, open discussion, just like how I like it, and zero spamming. So every whenever we get it, every now and again, it's kind of like, whatever. Chris says, okay, I'm going to go ahead and put his comment up. I will be transferring my ticket to 2022. I think that's a good choice.
That's a good way to go.
Also cool, though, because the new Star Wars movie is scheduled for December 2022. There you go. So now you for sure know you have a ticket to a very coveted event. Yep. You don't have to worry about it. I think also transferring is less hassle. Yeah. Like giving it up, getting your money back, and then like you've already spent the money, right? So you might as well just like put it towards to that. And then I'm sure if you need to cancel, you can kind of be like, well, because of COVID and this and that, they're going to say, well, okay, it's not like they won't be able to resell that ticket to somebody else. Yeah, true. You know, so good choice. Good choice, Chris. I'd probably be doing the exact same thing. Yeah, of course. A Darkman says bots sometimes appear out of nowhere. Yep, that's it. Just happens. Hey, what happened? Yeah. I was like, how do I do this? We're still trying to learn how to juggle, you know, all this different stuff at the same time. It's just the fact that, I'm trying to go a little bit with Twitch right here. As I drop my phone. Did you find more stickies on Navi? Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Those are all stickies that I've gotten off of Navi since she's been here on my lap. So every single time we take out the dogs, there's all of this dried grass, like all up and down our street. But the dogs just come in and they're covered in, hold on a second, let me get one of them. Can they even see it? I don't know. Like, these little stickies. I'm trying to hide my face. It's too close. Okay, fine. But they're these little stickies that are all over Navi. So I'm just sitting here and I'm like, and plus I usually need something to do with my hands during a live stream and usually have like my little fidget thingy. But
having Navi here, I'm just like, oh, pet the Navi face. Look at the cute little Navi face. Okay, so
I like this helpful tip from Andrew. With Twitch, you'll need moderators. People look for chats with either no moderator or less active moderators to post junk, and that's exactly what happened. Luckily, it's our very first time, so we're learning as we go. I don't even know how to like get a moderator for Twitch, but we will. I'm gonna study up. I was up until like 2 a.m. trying to figure it out last night, and then finally the words started blending together. I was like, oh, I need to go to sleep. And
like, yeah, when you have like your phone and you're like scrolling like this, and then you drop it and like lands on your face.
That's when you know, put it down, turn off the lights, and just close your eyes, and you need to go to sleep. So you guys, that is our final topic for today's live stream. Join us again on Saturday. Also with Mark Ellis.
Baby Carrots, Mark
Ellis, and Molly will be here. Hopefully Molly. And we will see you guys then. Thank you guys also always so much for participating and hanging out and chatting with us and offering really great insights to all the topics we're talking about. We look forward to this every Wednesday and Saturday, and we will look forward to seeing you guys again next Saturday. Thanks so much, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Yay.
Bye. She's like, Dad, give me food.
Daddy, you do not feed me enough.